الله أكبر الله أكبر.
I bought a passport and I used this passport and I landed in Gatwick and I just claimed asylum and said it's not my passport. We are all guilty for those people who are dying on the channel. You're not allowed to work, you don't have access to public fund, you need some additional support. They try to say that, refugees are migrant and illegal migrant and they come here for milk and honey.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the East London Mosque's podcast. I'm your host Salman Farsi. Today we have brother Kenan Mohammad here, who is the Mosque's Refugee project coordinator. How long have you been doing that, brother Kenan?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We start in August 2021.
Yeah.
And we start as like a two days a week as a response to the Home Office start using the Abyss hotels, the next door hotels, to accommodate more than 300 refugees or asylum seekers. Mostly they were family. So in response to that, we want to provide them with some clothes and help. So we start doing this project, and initially it was two days a week, Saturday and Sunday, early in the morning. And during the lockdown, one of the gym, the one was taking place in the basement, was closed for long times, and we used that place as a
distribution
base, distribution center. Yes. Then we asked some help from the local peoples, and we had some charities also to join us to help. Basically, those people were new arrival, so they didn't have clothes or even shoes. So we call for some donations. Then we start giving zakat to them. As you know, the asylum seeker in this country, they are not allowed to work. They are living with like £750 a week. The Home Office provide them with the meals, but if you have a kids, if you have some essential needs, you're not allowed to work, you don't have access to public fund, you need some additional support. The next door hotel was full of families, so basically.
And this is the Ibis hotel right next to the mosque.
Yes, yeah, but with times there were people find us from another places, from around us in Tower Hamlet, and Sister Sophia suggests to develop this project to become a community hub where we can help the asylum seekers, the refugees in this area and this para and around us to have like better integration, let us say, better integration system, better integration, welcoming them better in a better way in this community, and also to give example how we can deal with the asylum seekers in a better way. The Home Office try to representing them as liabilities. They are keeping them in hotels for few years. By not allowing them to work, they convert them to liabilities. We have to feed them.
So what do these asylum seekers and refugee families, what do they do? Like, if you're not allowed to work, you have very little to live on, your basic needs are not being met, you're in a hotel room locked in with your family, that can't be good for your mental health. Like, where do we go?
But basically they left them with nothing. I can't really say even that they are rely on the charities or the non-profitable organization to help them, because they don't give those people access to the hotels. So if you know no one, and the language barrier is a big issue. Also, they don't speak the language. So how they can reach the help, or how if there is some people are interested to help them, so how they can meet them, it's really difficult. So luckily they know the mosque, and I think the people assume that if they come to the mosque they will find someone to help.
So
and also someone to speak the language, or someone will show some interest to listen, to understand. So what's happening is people walk into the mosque and ask, and they simply, the securities, the receptionists, anyone working in the mosque, they will tell them, okay, we have on Wednesday, for let us say, this is the time we are working on, come at these times, you'll find some help. Yeah, so.
But we're being overwhelmed right now, right?
Actually, yes.
We can't match the support that's needed for these refugee families.
Yeah, sometimes we have it's a walk-in center, so we don't have to register people before. Come and we'll try to help you. We'll try to help you with what we have.
Yeah.
So everything we have, we will offer it. But sometimes we'll have 200 people walking in.
Yeah.
It's it's a lot, but people have put some hope. People travel from Croydon or Wembley just to people.
So they come from very far.
Yes, and they have
travel.
It's it's not only for clothes. They want to talk to someone. They want to ask some question. They want someone to answer. Help them somehow, and also to have something to do, because now people come to pray, and people come to women come to Mariam centers to pray, and they walk into our centers every week, and they tell us about what they have issues in their life. They ask questions about their kids' school or whatever, how they can help, and they also offer to volunteer. So we give opportunity to them to come and volunteer with us, because they are allowed to volunteer. They are not allowed to work, but they are allowed to volunteer.
Yeah.
So we try to give them chances every week to come and volunteer.
So when can they actually become a citizen, and when will they get a national insurance number, and when can they actually work to support themselves?
Okay, quickly, they are asylum seekers.
Yeah.
They are people who seek refuge, and they come to this country and they claim asylum, and they are waiting for their asylum claim to be assessed.
Yeah.
So simply the Home Office put them in limbo and to wait for years and years, maybe 2-3 years before they sit with them for the first time and ask them in substantive interview why you are claiming asylum. Then they take this information and take 3-4 months again to assess that and give decision, which is 90%, let us say, from those people will be granted as a refugee. After 3-4 years, they will be granted as a refugee. They will become people have right to remain in the UK, and they have access to public fund, job centers, and other stuff, and they can legally work and support themselves. So we are dealing with people who wait in very long limbo, let us say, for a few years. After that, if they are granted, and as I said, 90% of them will be granted refugee, they will have 5 years, let us say, right to remain in the country. Then after that, they can become a citizen. But that later stage.
Yeah.
Now they are vulnerable and have no access for public fund. They are not allowed to work. They're waiting in hotels. They are suffering, as you said, from a lot of mental health issue, trauma.
Yeah.
Those people, they come from war zone, let us say.
Yeah, they came with nothing, right? Nothing.
Nothing. Most of them, they will come, straight from Dover to hotels where they have, they are literally have their own clothes.
That's just the clothes on their back, and that's it.
Yeah, even they don't have spare to change. They have to wash their clothes, for example. They have nothing to, so they are relying on, let us say, the help from the local community.
Yeah. So, Brother Kenan, your experience with refugees doesn't just extend to you working at the mosque and helping them. You've actually lived through this experience yourself. Tell us a bit about your background.
Yeah, I have first-hand experience, as people will say. I am a refugee. I'm Syrian.
Yeah.
I came to this country as asylum seekers, and I was in the same situation like the asylum seekers we are helping.
Right.
I lived in hotels. I even lived in camps, one of the camps in West Wales, in Banali. And also I was moved to special accommodations back to London.
Where in Syria are you from? Where were you living?
I'm from Damascus, Dimashq. I left Syria in 2018. I left Damascus in 2018 to the north, where it was kind of controlled by the opposition. I stayed there for a while. Then I had to escape to Turkey, smuggle myself to Turkey, then to Greece.
And how was the condition in Syria that led you to actually, like, you know, after years of war, what was like the turning point for you to decide, okay, I've had enough, I need to leave?
Yeah, I was not safe. After years of war, I was not safe. And I actually, you know, it's not a decision you make. It's not a decision, like, it's not like something it's a decision, kind of decision, but it's not you make it with like a free will. It's like you have no other option.
You
to
were
be
forced.
honest. Like, I always like to give example, like if you are in a house and your house, you know, in fire.
Yeah.
And you left the house. Did you really take that decision to leave the house?
No, there was no other choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like it was not my decisions. And even up in north in Idlib, you know, I have no one. I was like, I have no family there, and it's really difficult to continue there without joining a fighting group. And it's like, if you don't want to joining a fighting group, then you have to leave.
You have to leave.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, it was also not an option to stay in Turkey in 2018. It's not an option. You know, you can't really have a right to stay there. So you need to seek refuge somewhere else in Europe.
And Turkey is obviously taken in
Overwhelmed.
5 million.
It is overwhelmed with asylum seekers and refugees. And by 2018, I think they decided they don't want anymore, or they can't take anymore.
Can't take anymore.
They can't take anymore.
Just overwhelmed.
Yeah, so unfortunately, there is no legal channel for the peoples like me who seek refuge to be safely, you know, in an organized way, moved from those countries around the conflict zone, let us say, to move so safely to some other country.
Yeah.
So you have to smuggle yourself. You have to go through this journey, unfortunately, which is really dangerous. Many people, they die en route, let us say. You know, it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, it's something, when you think about it now, you know, I always think like I was like somehow lucky to survive after all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's end up of me in the UK finally, and I claim asylum in the UK, and I live this. Let us say I survived this. Let us say the asylum process.
But you came to the UK, and you were actually quite fortunate to have flown in on a plane, right?
Yeah.
You came to the UK as an asylum seeker, but you flew in.
Exactly.
Tell us a bit about that.
During the lockdown.
You were in Greece, right?
Yeah. During the lockdown, I was in Greece, and you need to find way to go. So you know, there is a smuggler you can ask for help or something. This is what asylum seekers do, and so it was quite expensive. So I decided I need just a passport. So I bought a passport.
Yeah.
You know, it was I bought a passport, and I used this passport, and I landed in Gitwak, and I just claimed asylum and said, it's not my passport, it's not me. You know?
So was this someone, actually, they just sold their passport to you and you used it, or?
You know, I bought it from someone else.
Okay.
So I don't know. So I think people, you know, I don't know how they get it.
Yeah,
you know, we don't ask this question.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I use this passport to come to the UK.
Wow.
And I remember
So at the UK border, you landed Heathrow?
I landed in Heathrow. I didn't use it to enter. I just looked for security, and I talked to them. They were
were they surprised?
Yeah, they were surprised, kind of. They were like, you know, they were kind of surprised, and they said, you know, I apparently I did the right procedure by not attempt to enter
into the country.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just like want to be straightforward, and I just want to, ask someone how I can claim asylum. Like, you know, I'm Syrian, and I have to claim asylum here, and I don't want to meant to do anything wrong, you know, or meant any harm. And apparently it was the right procedure. You just go and not try to use it, and explain the situations. This is how it happened. Yeah, but I was fortunate. Many people are less fortunate, and they have to put themselves in a boat and cross a channel. And many people lost their life in this. We are all guilty for those people who are dying on the channel, because we know that they are trying to come, and there is a reason why they are trying to come here. And the UK is taking the lowest, it's very, very tiny percentage of the asylum seeker and refugee in the world. They can contribute and do more. We are not asking them to go overseas to help these people, but those people are on our short and our cost, right?
Yeah.
We need to help them. We need to protect them.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, this is continue and happening every month, almost every month now, and we know how to stop it. We can give them legal route. We can go to France and see why they want to come to the UK, and see many of them have good reason. Many of them have family member. So if you, I always talk about or try to say it loudly to the people around us. If you have to flee to your own country and start your life over again, from zero, almost zero, and if you manage to have choice where you have to go, you will choose somewhere where you have relative, you have family members, you have some root or community to protect you. So if those people choose the UK to come, there is definitely reason why.
Yeah. And what do you make of the government's controversial Rwanda policy to deport kind of asylum seekers and refugees to Rwanda and process them over there?
Rwanda as a country have an issue like a humanitarian issue, let us say, and they were involved in genocide before.
Yeah.
And I don't think a few of our clients actually are an asylum seeker from Rwanda seeking asylum in this country. So imagine to them how they try to now deport. They are trying to deport these people to other countries.
Yeah.
Have no connection at all. For example, those people not from Rwanda or around Rwanda, never been in Rwanda. It's it's like when you I think most of these people start hearing about Rwanda when this.
But is it just like a deterrence from the government, like,
it is
to scare asylum seekers and refugees into coming to the UK?
Exactly as you said. It is they want to gain this bad reputation that we are not welcoming. Do not try to come. They try that in many ways. From my perspective, I would say they try to, first of all, to extend the period. They converted waiting period. They converted to a endless limbo when people claim asylum. If that's not enough, okay, we will try to, let us say, put them in the camps, military-based camp. It's a camps now everywhere in the UK, and the situation there is very dreadful. People live there with no support, stay in a big numbers, and no one can reach them. They are away from anyone can help. If that's not enough, okay, this is Rwanda policy. They will threaten these peoples, and they are talking about Rwanda since 2 years now. They failed to deport anyone to Rwanda. And I can't see them doing that. Still there is so many challenges to stop the plans, but during these times, this gonna affect the mental health and the well-being of the asylum seekers who are feeling really in danger to be deported. You talk to them, you try to explain to them that hopefully you will be safe. This plan will be filled. They will not put anyone on plane and send them to Rwanda. There is so many organizations challenge this, but they still feel scared. They receive letters from the Home Office that, you will be deported to Rwanda, and that's it's a lot for them to handle when they are waiting, and they can't feel safe. Literally, it's awful because they are actually here in this country basically to be safe. So even when they are waiting their asylum to be processed, they can't feel safe because mentally they are keep thinking about being deported.
Yeah, so they're being tortured. They were tortured from whichever country they were fleeing. They were tortured in just the journey to get here, and then now they're being double tortured with the threat of being deported.
Yes, and as we notice and everyone see that this plan does not affect on the number of the people who will try to come to the UK, because as I said before, there is a reason why those people choose the UK to claim asylum or to seek refuge here. Probably they have family member or relative. That's why.
How do you see, you made your own journey in 2018. You've come here, you claimed asylum, you've had alhamdulillah, it's been a successful application for you, and you found work, and you're contributing now to British society. I think, do you think that's the case for every single kind of refugee or asylum seeker that manages to come to the UK, claim asylum? Do you think, what's the plan? Like, do they want to just get into work and they build a life here, I guess?
They come full with potential.
Yeah.
They are willing to help and contribute.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they shocked with the situation. And I don't think they ask for much. They ask to be respected. They ask to be treated as a human being.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this government did their level best to represent the opposite of that. Most of the people in this community are very supportive, welcoming, and they know how to support. But the thing is, this government represents the worst of everyone. They try to say that refugees are migrant and illegal migrant, and they come here for milk and honey, let us say. But in fact, actually, they are here because there is a reason why they have to be here. They want to start life, and they are willing to support themselves and contribute on the society and pay back for everyone. But unfortunately, they convert them from a potential, let us say, potentials help. They convert them to a liability. They keep them in hotels. They feed them 3 meals a day. They have nothing to do. There is no program to support them, or there is nothing to support their well-being or mental health.
And talk to me about some of the children in these refugee families who are like trapped in these hotels.
If you have, for example, like a family of 3 or 4 kids living in a tiny room, and they have no space to. First of all, they don't have any money to go and
do
weather,
anything.
And the weather in the UK, it's raining.
It's always raining.
They are not familiar with this weather. Even if it's a little bit cold, they will feel it's cold a lot. They are not ready to this. Or they don't have enough clothes or winter clothes, unfortunately. So those people are like, I want to talk to the family. Those people are, relying on their kids playing in the corridors in the hotels. That's
their playground.
This is their world. It's like the room, the corridors, and the food court. That's it. Yeah, nothing more. And and when there is a chance, they will try to walk out. But like again, there is no integration for them in the community. They don't know how to go. They don't have a Oyster card or enough money to buy Oyster card. So it is difficult. And as soon as the children start going to the school at the age of 5, their life is gonna change immediately. They will start learning the language. They will start going up easily with the people around them and start being part from the society. But you still can see their
But they're still sort of isolated, right?
Exactly. The reason why because they keep moving them. They move them from place to another.
But is that more like a tactic so they don't settle in one place?
They don't want to have a route. They don't have to. They don't want them to know their society. We keep seeing a new client. The reason why they move them, they keep them 3-4 months and move them to another place.
At the mosque, we're overwhelmed. Today I was, quite shocked to learn of the fact that our entire zakat fund, welfare fund, is depleted. We had, a certain amount of money in there. It's completely gone. And so we've got refugees coming to the masjid for help, and we're not able to meet that kind of a need. What's your kind of message to our listeners and viewers who are watching?
We are doing what we are doing now for 3 years, and that's only because our society are very generous and they're donating. But we need more. People come to the mosque because they know that there is someone to help. So it's really difficult to say to them that sorry, we can't help you today. Maybe next week.
We want people to donate.
To donate, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yes, inshallah. And also donate by clothes.
Yeah. And what kind of clothes do people need? I know there's a problem where people tend to donate their last season's clothes.
Yes.
So in summer you end up with winter clothes, and no one can
we don't have
wear
big space to store this. So please donate same season clothes. And also like main clothes. Basically, we need it. Alhamdulillah, we had enough children and women clothes last year, but we always were short of main clothes.
Men's clothes,
main shoes.
Yeah.
Also like
so the brothers out there, they in the community, they need to donate. Maybe it's opportunity for them to buy a new wardrobe, and they donate their old wardrobe.
And it's also like people also donate new socks and new underwears. That would be really useful. Apart from clothes, also we are welcoming the local community to come and join us, volunteer with us. That will be helpful. Sometimes chatting with the refugees, with the asylum seekers.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
It helps a lot. Those people have no one to talk during the week, so they if there is a chance, they will walk for an hour or something. If there is a chance to go for a place like us and talk to the people and see how things going, explain to them that they will be fine, show them some support, and
just
some guidance, some advice and guidance that will be good. So if anyone from the local community want to, we have a process we can take volunteer on. They can communicate with Mariam centers, and they will put them on the right track, and they can join us to help. So we rely on them. Actually, we can do without their help. We can do anything, literally anything. Like we can talk to the people, and it's not enough.
Brother Kenan, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for watching. Please kindly do donate and support refugees and asylum seekers who are struggling within the UK. Please do like, follow and share, and inshallah until next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.